Good morning, Princeton K. Today is April 20th. So today we're going to go through a story in the packet for the week of April 20th. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you and show you what our story is going to look like today. The title of the story is The Tallest Girl in the Jungle. So you can pull up a packet that looks like this if you've received it. All right. And today we're going to be working on identifying the setting in this story. So some questions we can go through that help us to find the setting are, when does the story take place? Okay, and the next question we're going to ask ourselves is, where does the story take place? Those are two questions we can ask when reading. And we know the definition is the setting is when and where a story takes place. And we practice this in the classroom. We say the setting is when, touch your watch like you're thinking about what time it is, and where, look around, the story takes place. Okay, when we think about the setting in a story, it helps us to understand what's happening. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you a little anchor chart that will help us. Okay, so when we're looking at this picture, we see some words on here, and it says setting, when and where the story happens or takes place. So when we think about a place, we can think about somebody's home. We can think about a city. Picture down here, this word says farm, desert. Okay, but we can also think about the time. So is it nighttime? Do we see a moon in the pictures? Is it daytime? Is the sun shining? Is it lunchtime? Are people eating food together? Or is it early in the morning when the birds are chirping? Think about, as we're reading, when is the story happening? And where is the story happening? All right. So we're going to go ahead and just take a quick picture walk through our story as we identify the setting. So we said our title is The Tallest Girl in the Jungle. The jungle is going to be our setting today. That's where the story takes place. A jungle is a place with a lot of trees, with a lot of animals, insects, birds, snakes, sometimes monkeys. Different animals will live in the jungle. So the title is The Tallest Girl in the Jungle. You can highlight that or circle that with your pencil or your crayon right now. We look at the author's name, we see this special word. Read that word to yourself. By Melissa Sarno. She wrote the words. All right. So we're going to be reading today, and we're going to find out that some kids are teasing our main character, Anna. When they're teasing her, it's like they're checking her, they're making fun of her. So when we look at this picture, I'm going to show you, someone's being teased. Do you think they're feeling pretty good about themselves? No. When someone's teasing you, they're making fun of you. I don't know if he's liking it. He's got a smile on, but maybe he shouldn't. Yeah, the girl feels sad. It hurts people's feelings when you tease them, right? We don't want to do that to people. Another word we're going to hear in this story is that. Scroll down to the next page. Let's look at the picture together. You see the girl Anna, the character, and she's looking at the towering, we look at this word right here, towering trees, okay? If something's towering over you, it's super, super tall. All right, so I'm going to show you a picture in real life of what towering trees might look like. Okay, so here's a picture of towering trees. Look at how skinny they could be, but also how tall. Like if you were in the middle of a forest and you looked up, those trees would be very tall. What else do you think could be towering over you? Yeah, like a building or a tower. Very good. All right, let's go back to our article, our story. Another word, that word was towering. Another word we're going to see in the story, help us understand, is that Anna, she grabs a vine. okay? Maybe you've heard of that word before, but a vine is going to be attached to a tree. And a vine is kind of like a rope, but out in the jungle. It might even look similar to a rope. But vines are very strong. I mean, sometimes they could break, but it's kind of like a rope. So Anna grabs onto one of these hanging vines and she starts to climb it. All right. So you got an idea of how a vine is skinny like a rope, strong like a rope. Sometimes it's knotted around a tree. That's the word vine we're going to hear. And then one more word I want to show you, one more vocab word we're going to look at today is this word, canopy. All right, so the word canopy. So this girl, Anna, she looks up and she's like, I'm going to try to go up to the canopy. So canopy describes part of where the trees are. So in the jungle, there might be different layers of trees. And the canopy is going to be that very top part of the trees. So the reason we see all these pictures is because that's the top of the tree. If you look all the way up where the leaves are, where you can start to see the sun shining through, that's called the canopy. Okay? So think about canopy, think about the tippity top of a tree. All right? All right, let's go back to our pictures and our story. So she goes up and she tries to reach the canopy. Notice the picture. I talked about some of those birds. We see a toucan, some other little birds. And then look down at the bottom, you see Anna's friends. All right, and then as we finish, we're going to go through the questions together. All right, so we're going to get started reading together today. The tallest girl in the jungle. And as we're reading, I want you to continue thinking to yourself, what is the setting? Remember, the setting is when and where the story takes place. And think about, where is Anna and when is the story happening? If we look at the picture, we know tallest girl in the jungle. Well, she is in the jungle. Good. By Melissa Sarno. All right. Make it a little bit small. All right. Anna was the smallest girl in her class. Her friends teased her all the time. Anna, you are so short. We cannot see you over the grass, they laughed. Do you think Anna likes being treated like that? The tall grass tickled the top of Anna's head. And this is a word we talked about with Miss B, that her friends are taller and she is shorter. So we're talking about her height right now. So put your finger on who Anna is. She's the shortest one. Good, right here, that's Anna. Okay, here we go. Anna frowned. She hated being teased for being small. She looked up at the sky and listened. Monkeys chattered. Birds tweeted. She wanted to join them. She wanted to be as tall as the towering trees. Anna had an idea. Wait until you see how tall I can be, she called to her friends. Let's make a prediction. What do you think Anna's going to do? Remember what that was called? The vine. Anna stepped into the trees. She saw a long, thick, hanging vine. She reached for it. What are you doing? Her friends asked. I'm going to climb, she said. Anna grabbed the vine with her hands. She pulled herself up. She used her feet too. Do you think you could climb a tree with a vine? Sounds like you need to be strong. Woo. Here she is. Wow, look at her go. Notice the punctuation. The kids shouted. Anna was fast. Soon she was in the green leaves of the trees. Monkeys munched on coconuts as she went by. She saw giant fruits, large nuts, and colorful tree frogs. But where is she right now? In the trees, yeah. Look how high she is, cried the kids. I will climb even higher, called Anna. I'm a little worried. I hope she stays safe. Anna looked up to the treetops. Can I make it to the canopy? She wondered. Remember, canopy is the very top of the trees, high up in the sky. She took a deep breath. Of course I can, she whispered. Anna climbed higher. She moved from branch to branch. Up and up she climbed. Did she make it there? Soon Anna saw a bird with so many colors that it looked like a rainbow. She was in the canopy. Anna waved and smiled. Her friends cheered. They could not tease her for being small now. She had done it. Anna was the tallest girl in the jungle. All right. Now I want you to pause the video where you are, and I want you to go back and reread the story. Find as many of those sight words you can. I want you to take your time. If you see a digraph like ing, or you see a blended sound, you got sh digraph right here. You see double letter consonants, LL. I want you to take your pencil or whatever you're using and go ahead and circle those to help you remember those sounds. All right, now we're going to go back through some of the questions in the story. And we're going to look at question number 1. We're going to find this one on page 1. Why are Anna's friends teasing her? A, she is the most ticklish. B, she is lost in the grass. Or C, she is the shortest one. Okay, so take your paper and go back to the beginning part of the story, page 1. I'll flip back there for the first one. So why are her friends teasing her? Remember, here's the picture to help us. Anna was the smallest girl in her class. Her friends teased her all the time. Anna, you are so short. We cannot see you over the grass, they laughed. So now, if we think back to what the question said, why are Anna's friends teasing her? She is the most ticklish, she is lost in the grass, or she is the shortest one. Well, did they talk about her being ticklish? No. Was she lost, like they couldn't find her? No. Well, what was the main reason they were making fun of her? Because she was really short. So I would circle C for that one. All right, now you're going to do the rest of them by yourself. I'm just going to go ahead and read them out to you. Where does this part of the story happen? Okay, let's talk about setting. So go back to page 2. Flip back in your packet. A, up in the sky with the birds. B, in the trees by the monkeys. Or C, on the ground near the jungle. So think about this part of the story. Where is it happening? What is the setting? In the sky, in the trees, or on the ground? Question 3, you can find it on page 3. How does Anna use the vine? A, she uses it to catch a monkey. B, she uses it to help her friends. Or C, she uses it to climb the tree. So look at the pictures or reread the words on page 3. Question 4, why are Anna's friends excited? A, Anna has hit a coconut. B, Anna has climbed high. Or C, Anna has saved a frog. So think about what this story told us. Go back to page 4 if you need to find your answer. Question 5, where will Anna go next? So go back to page 5. A, she will go up to the top. B, she will go find a fruit. Or C, she will go back down. So where does Anna go next? To the top to find fruit, or she goes down. All right, this one is from all of the questions. We're going to look back. What happens at the beginning of the story? So look at the pictures. They make fun of her for being short. B, she climbs the vine. Or C, she thinks about climbing the tree. So what happens at first in the story, at the very beginning? Look back at your packet, find page 1. All right, that was the last question. So that brings us to the end of the story. If you get a chance, I would love for you to text me your answers in the packet so I can check your work or have your parents check the answer key. I'll be back later this week for another video. All right, bye, Princeton K.